What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Baxter's Down South Customs. Got another video this week. We're going to be back on the Mercury floor. The last video on the Mercury floor, or that I was working on the floor, was the video for my low budget form flowing tool, bucks and stuff. Kind of like Carl Fisher's, but cheap plywood. From these. That was the last video where I was actually working on the Mercury. Now I've done a little bit off camera since then. I've actually went ahead and put the beads in the other side. I had made a mistake on my floor. I'll share that with you in a minute. I don't hide any of my mistakes. I'll show you. I screw up. I mean, everybody does it. But in this video, what we're going to do is weld up a bunch of holes in that mid-floor section, get started putting our beads in the main body of the floor, and make some little corner braces for one of the mounting points, some little out of 16 gauge. So that's what's installed for this video. Hang around. Hope y'all watch it all. Hope you like the content. If you do, like, subscribe and comment. And yeah, stay tuned and see what we can get into. All right, like I was saying in the previous video, we added those beads to the floor, to the mid-floor section. Off camera, I went ahead and added the beads onto this side here. I do have to, so we still need to weld up all these holes from where we had it fastened to the buck. And to do that, I actually just got these in from Strong Hand Tools. I'm not sponsored by Strong Hand Tools or anything like that. But I got the small one. These here runs $10. This big one runs $15. Let's see. Oh, they even came with a couple. Come on, a couple cool stickers. I'll put at least one of those up. All right, and so let's see here. Off camera, I also reworked this lower piece here. I brought it up the 1/2 inch it needed to be brought up. Got this little step put into it on both sides. And I told y'all, I said I made a mistake. Yes, honey. Yeah, I'll go get him in just a second. I'll come in there. Get the keys. All right, I love you. Bye. Gotta go get the kid off the bus. Anyway, I made a mistake on my measurement. From the center to this edge was supposed to be 28 inches on this corner. Like I said, to the center of this. Somehow I was at 27 1/4 on both sides. And what's weird is, even though this part was messed up and this was attached, these here are fine. I'm not sure how I managed to do that. I think it had something to do with adding the flange and yada, yada, yada. Anyway, the only thing I did is I ended up splitting this right up this seam here, come up, over, up again, and then over. And then I just shifted the whole thing over 3/4 of an inch, welded in a couple little strips. Done that on both sides, and now everything is it's all good and kosher. It's where it's supposed to be. Even before, when I was mocking up the floor, I had a gap from the edge of this one over, and now it's fitting fine. Everything looks real good. Matter of fact, I might need to just take a little bit more of this off. So that's the plan. I'm gonna get those holes welded up. I've got to make the bracing that goes under that bolt hole in the corner. Here's the original. You can see it right there. Goes under there's the bolt mount hole. So we'll make that out of 16 gauge. And I have this original die I had made for the floor. The first 5 beads in this main body of the floor here, these first few beads are all the same length. And that's what that die was for, so I'm going to use it on both sides. And then we'll make a buck probably for these upper ones, mainly because we have these little square areas here for the seat pockets. So, and basically every one of these lines you see is the center of a bead, is the way it works out. But that's what we're going to work on. Unfortunately, I've got to go. That was a wife I called a second ago. I go grab my son off the school bus for her. So I'll be back in a minute. All right, sorry for the background noise. I got my little heater over there going. It's a little bit loud. Got this piece flipped back upside down on the bench. Way we can get to the access where we're putting these braces. And I've gotten some measurements off the original. Got us our 16 gauge set up over here. I'm just going to cut out a big long strip with a plasma, enough to do both sides. So I'm just going to throw y'all on time lapse and get to cutting. Tripped a breaker. Yeah. All right, got that strip cut out. You can see I struggled. Kept tripping a breaker. Been out here running heater and everything, and like I said, I'm running off extension cord still. But I went ahead and took it over to my shear and cut it in half. Now the trick is just going to be getting everything folded and lined up just right. I didn't show making this first one. I was going to. I'll do it on the second one. But a little trickier to make than I thought it was going to be. I guess because of the angles that are in it. And I've been struggling. I ended up making it out of like 3 separate little pieces. But I don't know what's going on, if it's the cold weather or what, but I keep tripping a breaker out here. Normally I can weld and weld and weld. Every time I go use my welder today, it's tripping a breaker, and plasma cutter tripping a breaker. It's just constant. So it's just fighting me today. So I'm not going to fight it. I'm going to go in the house, come back out here tomorrow, hope everything's better. But here's this piece. Come on, flip. Looks pretty good. Like I said, I ended up making it out of like 3 pieces. Got this, there's a top piece here that's welded this 90. Trying to bend that over 90 at an angle. It was making it shoot off to the side. I mean, there's ways to do it. I just didn't want to fight with it. This is simple enough, as you can see. There's that one, then there's ours. We're looking pretty close. Oh well, I'm gonna turn backwards. You can see our distance, same length. Everything matches up pretty well. Of course, this is a different side. This is the opposite side, but still got to put the hole in it and then weld it, spot weld it into place. But it's got a pretty good fit up all around. So happy with the way it turned out. Now I know what to do to make the other one. Sometimes it's just a little trial and error. But like I said, like a day like this, when everything in my shop is fighting me, I'm not going to sit here and fight it. I'd rather just go in for the night and do a little research on some other stuff I need to look up anyways, especially with the weather being cold, you know. So, you guys ever have days like that? Things just fight you. Everything seems to be going wrong. If so, comment. I'd like to hear about it. I mean, I don't know what it is. It wasn't just, and besides the welder tripping the breakers, all of a sudden, all my welds were like extremely porous. I was getting a lot of porosity and stuff in my welds for no reason. I cleaned the tip. I've done everything I know, and then all of a sudden, it last few welds just started working fine again. I just wasn't holding my mouth right or what. I'm not for sure. But we're gonna make when I get back out here, we'll make this one for the other side, and we'll get back on this. And like I said, we got a lot of welding to do, but with my welder tripping every time I use the breaker, ain't no point in doing it today. Hopefully tomorrow it's in a better mood. I mean, it could be somebody in the house using some other stuff that's on the same circuit. I don't know. But anyway, I'll see y'all in the morning, and morning for me, a couple seconds for y'all. Well, hadn't gotten anything done today. Matter of fact, it's a little after 4 in the afternoon. I'm just now walked out to the garage to grab the camera. I got called into work this morning because everybody decided they wanted to lay out of work for the simple fact of, well, they didn't want to work in the snow. So I've been out in it for the last 8 hours. Fun. But I'm not a big fan of it. It's pretty to look at. Can't even see our mountains right now. Kids got out here earlier and made a snowman. That's front end. The old truck covered. Oh, I'll give y'all a good view of the house here. I don't think I've ever really showed the house on this channel. We got a nice little house. I know it ain't too little, but there we go. So yeah, my work jacket and hoodie and all that are wet and damp because, like I said, I've been in it the whole time it was snowing. We've got a break in the snow right now. It's supposed to start back. I think right now we probably got 3.5 inches of snow, and we're supposed to get upwards of anywhere from 5 to 8 total. But I'm gonna go in here and make me a fresh pot of coffee, probably warm up some beef stew, and put on some comfortable clothes and relax. Like I said, I've been at work all morning. So I'll be back out here on this, tomorrow. What's going on, everybody? It's the next day. As y'all can see, it's turned into a beautiful day. It's probably around lunchtime. I ain't gonna lie, I've been sitting in the house watching YouTube myself, catching up on my channels I like to follow, and just drinking coffee. So I'm gonna go out here to the garage real quick, fire up my heater, let it get warm in here so I can actually do some work. Go inside, eat me some lunch. Time I'm done with that, we'll be able to come back out here and it'll be kind of cozy. So get this place fired, get the heater fired up here, and I'll be back with you in just a second. All right, lunch break's over. Time to get out here and get some stuff done. Heat must be working. Ain't no snow left on the roof of the shop. Still in the house. Go home, snowman, you're drunk. Yeah, kids are getting ready to come out here and make him even bigger. Anyway, let's get in here and see what we can get done. He's a bit dirty. I want to see the finished product. Glanced out the window and they were working on it. I had to get them on film. All right, sorry for the extra noise, the heater. Went ahead and finished up this side off camera. Get y'all flipped around. We got this here primered. We got our piece made, like I said. I ended up making this in 3 pieces. It was just easier. I'll end up doing the same. But this is ready to, we got a nice fit up. So it's ready to weld in. I'm just letting that primer dry. So now I figured out how to do this. I'll show y'all how I did it on this other side. Like I said, it was 3 separate pieces. One's got a couple bends and tweaks, like this piece here that I'm actually holding on to. That was the hardest part. And then there's a straight piece here where I got a little edge bent in at the bottom, and then a straight piece here. So we're going to do the same thing on this other side. Show y'all how we do it. I have been summoned. They need a strong back and a weak mind, so. Good Lord, I don't know if I can pick that up. That's huge. Oh, this is going to be a struggle. This will be funny. Yeah. Flip it around. Oh. Good God.
I think if we can flip it completely upside down and put this.
Upside, it's a ball.
I'll hold this. Y'all can kind of roll him up it maybe?
Oh, this is just a block of ice.
Yeah. Do you need the gloves?
Man up.
1, 2. Holy shit.
Let's just roll him up. Ready? That might not be happening. Huh. Yeah, I think I will need gloves. That's pretty cold. Yeah, let me see. I don't care.
Here, take that off.
Big say, what's up with that?
It's her bra strap.
Of all things.
What? I made it a bracelet.
He's already wet. I'm definitely going to help keep my hands warm.
No, but it'll help grip the snow.
Ah.
They suck at the keeping your hands warm thing.
All right. Oh no. Yeah.
Mama's watching us. You ready? 1, 2, 3.
Oh, it started.
Baby, do you think you can come guide it once we get it up?
I think it's going to take all 3 of us.
Well, we're going to have to lift it up off the ground because Emily can't get her knee under it. That's the problem.
Well, that's why.
I can't squat that low to pick it up. We lift it like we just did and she'll be able to help us.
Well, let me go grab another set of gloves.
Okay.
This one's almost the same size as that one. And then we got to do that one even higher.
Yeah.
God, y'all hate me.
No. You chose to be home today.
No, I didn't.
It wasn't his choice to not be on a train. 1, 2.
Hold on.
Okay, we got it.
We're going to crush Shy.
Keep going. We are just okay, y'all push. I'm gonna catch.
Whoa.
Pack it in. Pack. Can you hold it?
I'm holding.
It's against my tummy.
Now, how the hell are we going to get that one all the way up here?
None of us are that tall.
Hey, look, it's on.
Should we give it titties, Chris?
Huh?
Should we give it titties?
Here in a minute. What's that song? Itty bitty waist and. You need more packed in right here. That's a collapse point. And back here on the back. I'm supposed to be in the garage.
This is better content. Be real. It already kind of
Yeah, make a flat spot on the top.
Same idea as building a car, right?
What's funny is I joke around. I always say I can weld a dick on a snowman. So
There you go. Now's your opportunity. I think y'all can get that one.
I'm letting Shy do the heavy lifting.
Hang on, we can take some of this off. She-Man and misses.
What are you going to use for arms?
That tree.
A tree.
Hey, there's a volleyball in this.
We're just going to try to lift this one. You realize that?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. The way we can reposition.
All right, baby, you're gonna have to come around here. I'm gonna have to hold this so he's falling.
Maybe not.
No, we're gonna have to have a third person. I know, but he's definitely. Okay, go get mom then. He'll set it back down.
No. Go grab.
Go get mom and tell her she has to hold the snowman. So
Cheers.
you long enough.
You're just gonna hold and push to keep it from going back.
I'm gonna get under the middle.
All right, we ready?
1, 2, 3. Hey, you hold on.
Get to packing. Y'all definitely made a big one. You're welcome. Yeah.
Some last second shaving.
Hey, that's how you make him nice and give him a good shape.
Get some of the dirt off of him.
Yeah. So there you go. Don't say I never did anything for you.
You know when it's done.
Okay. Is he gonna have a penis or boobs or both? Well, that was fun. Whew. That was heavy. Anyways, back to the garage. Boy, it's so much warmer in here. Anyway. First part's easy. Good marker, cut and cut. All right, we got this little piece cut, but I want to kind of put a little bend in the edge of it. Let's do that right here on the. Put it up in the vise. Needs to come out. We literally just want a little bit of a lip on the very top of it. About 3/16 or so. Ball. What in the world is this thing doing? All right, I got about 3/16 sitting up. Camera's being a little weird. 1/4 inch bar plate or bar stock. Just going to use it and kind of hammer it over on the edge. That way we can get a little roll. Because I'm hitting the vise, I'm going to get it so good on one side, so we'll just transfer it over. I'll show you the reason I'm doing this in just a second. Ta-da. Over here, back on this piece. Well, you should be able to see on this. can see it. Oh, well, might be easier to show on this. Little bent section is basically for where these two meet. Kind of gives me a little channel. I can get a little more weld, make it a little stronger. Do a corner weld here and then corner weld on the inside. To me, it's just be a little better fit up overall. So that's where we'll start with that. Tack her in place. It also leaves me a little channel there in the back side. You can see I can get a little bit more weld in it without interfering with this edge. Just make this piece a little stronger. All right. One reason I was kind of doing that, you know, like that's a pretty strong weld and that probably holds just fine. But I'm gonna have to grind the top of this for this to sit flat on that mount. So that's why now I can get a weld in here and it'll be plenty strong. Now from the factory, this was just all one piece, folded, I guess stamped a certain way. And I'm sure there's a way we can really replicate it, but it's going to be under the car, you're never going to see it, and this is pretty close overall, so I'll be fine with this. I think it's warm enough in here. I'm about to turn that heater off. I'm actually sweating a little. So now we're going to start on this next section. The main thing is getting that initial length and getting our bend started right there. We'll start that off in the brake. Good enough. All right, let's go throw this in the brake. One day I'll have all my tools in one spot. Maybe, possibly, probably not. Oh, how I'd like to be riding a bike. It's just too cold for that shit right now. Sometimes this is hard to do with one hand. Alright, now I got that beyond 90. It's still not quite as much of a bend as that other one, but taking it that way in that brake makes it a lot easier to go ahead and get that rest of that bend. So, ooh, Lord, it gets bright. Essentially, I'm just trying to match this angle to, well, that one. So, which I've already got that other one matched one, so now we're just going to use it as the basis. You can see it's a little bit more of a bend right now. So, That's pretty close. Now we got to get a bend across here, and then we got to start going to get a twist into it. Well, that's the tricky part. Initial. They finished the snowman. We have to go look. He put tennis rackets for arms. Okay.
You gotta look at his back caption. He has
Huh?
butt cheeks. He has butt cheeks.
You got butt cheeks, oh God. Got a badonkadonk. That's funny. An actual carrot for a no. Oh, you got a 6-pack. Look at there.
I told you we made you.
I got a pony keg. That's awesome.
He's bigger than all three of us.
I know. Just use rocks for the house. Are you proud?
Yes, I am. There we go.
Yep.
Yep.
Where's Princess?
She was bleeding again, so we took her back inside.
Huh. All right, then. You girls have fun. I didn't get it on camera, but as I was walking away, I got pegged in the back of the head with a snowball. I literally just turned the camera off. Anyway, all right, back to work. Snow day shenanigans. Where was I at? Oh yeah, we're getting ready to weld these pieces together. Got to clean them up. Easy peasy. Now I'm going to take the grinder, kind of grind down this lip, make it match the other one, and same thing over here. We're going to clean it up a little bit. And we got to do a little more welding on it, but there it is, basically been up. Like I said, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Get it cooled, a few more welds on it, cleaned up, and then we'll get the hole marked and drilled and prep that side for primer and be ready to weld this thing up. All right, guys, y'all seen we got this one here welded on. Other side is prepped, waiting on the weld through primer to dry. So I think we're going to start welding up these holes while that dries. Get this all finished up, and we'll be able to call it quits on this piece for a little bit. I might go ahead and there's a little piece that goes up around these corners. I might go ahead and make that as well. I hadn't decided. See how much time we got left when we finish this up. So anyways, I'm gonna throw this on there and get to welding. All right, well, as y'all seen, we got all the holes welded up, got the brackets welded on the bottom. Went ahead and ground the top of this side of the welds down. I still need to do the other side. But this piece is almost complete, with the exception of, I went and grabbed the section of the original floor here. And anyways, this here is what we need to make right here. And it goes right here in this corner and connects to this piece here. Nothing major, it's a little bit of support, and it also is part of where it connects to the body. I think it's a little extra reinforcement. Pretty simple to make. So we're gonna make a little pattern off that. This one does have a little section cut out, but it's easy enough to figure out what was going on there. So, get out a little poster board, make me a pattern, and we'll cut us out some metal. Alright, first make part board line. We're gonna start off reading for the pattern. Right there. And enough. 20 more manual piece. Alright, lines up here. There. We go next. Oh. Good. Take this one. Wait, I'm gonna cut this a little short. Just a phone call from Mrs. Let me miss it. She may feel no way to come in. Save me a while. She laid down just a little bit. And it's over. And always first. We'll get this out with yourself over first. Make that work. And jump up, see. A little bit. This actually does. I'll start up. You straight in that. I'll stand a little. On that point. Up. So, yeah. We're going to make two of these. I'm going to get them together. So, we got to go. Yeah, we can get all these, you get one. They may do versions of what's them. Mine's the original rubber Whitney. Yeah. Good enough. All right, y'all see we got I got the end pieces welded on. Went ahead and ground down some of our welds. So the back side's looking pretty good. You can see we got our little extension pieces on both sides. So, that thing gonna lock on again. Sometimes this thing's difficult. All right. Ba-ba-da-ba-bum. Now we should be able to get a better view. There we are. Sorry, I was having a fight with the camera. Got them on both sides. So that basically completes this section of the floor for the 40 Mercury. I think it turned out pretty well. Actually about to go set it on the chassis. We'll see how it sits. All right, y'all see we got I got the end pieces welded on. Went ahead and ground down some of our welds. So the back side's looking pretty good. You can see we got our little extension pieces on both sides. So, that thing gonna lock on again. Sometimes this thing's difficult. All right. Ba-ba-da-ba-bum. Now we should be able to get a better view. There we are. Sorry, I was having a fight with the camera. Got them on both sides. So that basically completes this section of the floor for the 40 Mercury. I think it turned out pretty well. Actually about to go set it on the chassis. We'll see how it sits. Oh, all right. Well, there she is set in place. I think it looks pretty good. So what we got left on the floor is I still need to fully weld this whole back section. Still got to put the beads in this one. And we still got quite a bit left on the floor. Still got to put all the beads in this one. Beads in that front section. And then everything still has to be welded together. So, building your own floor pan like this, it's a lot of work. That's why, like I say, if this was a 40 Ford as opposed to a 40 Mercury, I would just, I'd buy a 4-pan. And it's, because you can get the whole front floor section for $500. But, I mean, just the time I have involved in this floor, and I got a big chunk of one of the hardest sections done, a lot of welding to go, but time-wise, I would be money ahead buying a floor. But like I said, they don't make them for this, so we have no choice but to make one. Now, there's easier ways to build a floor like this, and luckily for me, if we get the that 40 convertible we went to Ohio to look at, its back half section of the floors were pretty good from in the trunk and like the seat pan area. They were pretty good in the 40 itself, and the 39 that was sitting on the trailer, its body, there was an extra floor section. It did have a good like rear seat section. So on it, we would literally have to fabricate like the sill rocker plates and then the front floor section. Wouldn't be nearly as bad. So actually I need to call him, and so we can discuss like final payments and stuff like that and how we're doing a few things. But I know this video kind of drug out. I kept getting interrupted, a lot going on, been sick, had snow, yada, yada, yada. But I appreciate y'all watching. Like, comment, subscribe. If y'all would have done something a little different, I'd love to hear about it. If you got a better way I should be doing this, trust me, I'd like to hear about it. I started to do the floors in this like Mike Bellows does, where he bends up the 90 flanges and you just do flat little sections here and there. That definitely goes a lot quicker. I wanted this one a little more reminiscent of factory though. And I right now, I ain't gonna lie, I'm very tickled with this rear seat section and the shapes and everything we got in it. I think it looks very good to be homemade, you know. I'll end up, let me see here. We're going to end up welding these two pieces here together. Be careful, that wants to bend easy right now. Anyways, these two sections here will get welded together to be one piece. And then that front floor section, I'm going to leave it separate as one piece. Well, I might weld them all together. Go ahead and do that. I hadn't decided. But at minimum, these two will become one big piece. You can see here, this is just a lot of finish welding. It's all butt welds. And this one, I'm probably going to leave this as an overlap weld. Just to make it a little stronger in this particular area. I hadn't decided. It ain't much of an overlap. It's, I don't know, a little over 1/4 inch or so, maybe half. But yeah, she's looking real good. So when all this is said and done, this will be one real good looking floor section. Like I said, we still got to put the beads in here too. And I still want to put in a bead or two back here, just for strength. Yeah, I got to be careful with this section here. There's been so much cut out. When you go and picking it up, it wants to flop. So, there, we'll lay it like that. So, anyway, but that's it for this one. This is, like I said, some of this stuff is a challenge, especially with as little as I've had to work with. I mean, I've repeated that. You know, this floor was almost completely non-existent, and what's there was, you know, some of it's tricky to make patterns off of. So we've done, considering what we've had to work with and what we've got now, I'm kind of impressed. Impressing myself. But anyways, thank y'all again. Watch, like, comment, subscribe, stay around for more, and we'll catch y'all on the next one.